That's the most of any position. In fact, the 49ers have taken 2 defensive linemen. They've added 592 pounds to their defensive line with their first 2 picks in this year's class. In the meantime, the Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock and ready to make their selection here in round number 2.
Hello, Wisconsin. With the 44th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Donovan Ezrau, defensive end, Boston College.
Mel, what a final college season this pass rusher had. 65 pressures, led the nation, 16 and a half sacks, second best in the country, and he was the ACC's Defensive Player of the Year.
And Micah Parsons got some help now, and they can learn, obviously, Donovan Ezrau can from Micah Parsons. 23 on a big board to get him at 44. Some reaches take place. Great player slides through the cracks, and 80 tackles as well. 80 tackles, and he wasn't a one-year wonder. Back in 2022, he had 14 and a half tackles lost, 8.5 sacks, and forced 3 fumbles. That's been, I think, the mode of operation for Donovan Ezrau his entire career. He can bend off the edge. He's got long arms. The 6'2" and change, 247 pounds. It's a variety of moves. Rip move, arm over, spin move. He's got them all. Repertoire of moves. This kid's ready to go. He's NFL ready, Lou. Summed at the Senior Bowl. 8 forced fumbles over the last 3 years with Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts in his division. Not just Micah Parsons going to be chasing them. This kid will be.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think he's got too many moves. I think he'll be better on an National Football League level when he can take some of those moves and pare them down. And I know there's some question marks about his ability to stop the run. He can set the edge. He does it with quickness, his length, his arms. He is juiced coming off the edge, and I think he'll
himself from day one to doing everything possible to get the most out of him because he dreamed about a day like today. They rave about him from a personal and football character standpoint. He is the consummate teammate, the consummate worker. Everything he's gotten, he has earned. And all that work he did in the offseason, it pays off now. He's got a star on his helmet. Pretty good ending for him.
For the Cowboys, you see there Jerry Jones, and to his right, our left, his new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, who was an offensive coach throughout his in round number 2.
With the 42nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU.
The fans seem to like it there. His dad, the Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, did briefly play for the Jets. Of course, more remembered as a Dolphin. Mason is 6'5", 251 pounds, highly productive, 129 catches over 3 seasons in Baton Rouge, and he's still very young. Well, he won't turn 21 for another 2 weeks.
It's the position we kept waiting. Last year, Brock Bowers, you passed them up, right? This year, you passed up Loveland and Tyler Warren to take over Membo. You got to get a tight end. Justin Fields, who's going to be that guy with that dual threat ability. Now you add Mason Taylor into the mix at 55 receptions this past year. It's a single-season school record for 546 yards, a couple touchdowns, at least 3 catches. That's 3 receptions in every game, so the consistency was there. Very good hands, tracks the ball, body control, route running, excellent. Seal blocks, pass blocks. I think he's capable of getting that done as well. When you talk about positional versatility, he has it. Not elite when it comes to run after catch ability. Lacks the base to be a reliable mover in the run game. Average blocker. I think you can ride him out at times. Look, that's a pass catching option for Justin Fields. He can get it done.
In any of the biggest situations, when they needed a play, they threw the ball to Mason Taylor in Baton Rouge. Maybe the most dependable hands they had on that team. And that's including Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr.
All right, so the Jets, who clearly need offensive firepower with Garrett Wilson on the outside, now get the tight end. The San Francisco 49ers are next, and their pick is in here at number 43 in this round number 2.
Bay Area! Bay Area! Bang, bang, 49ers. With the 43rd pick in the 2025 class, the 49ers select Alfred Collins, D tackle, Texas.
Alfred Collins, the operative word is big, a 332-pound run stuffer with long arms. Lewis, you just can't move him at the point of attack.
We said yesterday that John Lynch, the general manager, was trying to get Robert Saleh some guys to work with, some foundational players to really lead this football team back to where it once was on both lines of scrimmage. They started yesterday with Michael Williams and now Alfred Collins. 6'5", 332 pounds, 34 and 5/8 inch arms. He can play everywhere from the 9 technique, the wide defensive end, as you see here, and to the nose tackle. He can play a 4 technique and a 3-4 if you needed him to at 332 pounds. He just has great competitive character. He never stopped. Against Ohio State in the playoff game, he just played to the very end, snap after snap, just trying to hunt down the quarterback, get separation at the point of attack, flashes upfield push as far as the pass rush is concerned. He'll pursue the football outside the tackle at 335 pounds. He's going to run out of gas now and then, but between him and Michael Williams, they now have some people for Robert Saleh to work with up front.
You know, when I watch him play, I think Chris Jones, a big free technique, a guy with long arms. We've seen Chris Jones slide out to the edge. He can be that type of pass rusher, a bigger 3 technique. We're used to seeing the small.
Booing a moment ago. That's because the Bears were put on the clock, the arch rivals of the hometown Green Bay Packers, and they now have the pick is in, so the Bears selection will be announced momentarily here as they're picking at number 39 is Chicago after they took the tight end Colston Loveland last night. Get ready for the boos as the Bears make their selection.
Chicago, where you at? That's what I'm talking about. All right, simmer down. With the 39th pick and the 2025 NFL Draft, the 2025 NFC North champions, Chicago Bears, select Luther Burden III, wide receiver, Missouri. Congratulations, young man. Bear down.
Okay. Not going to be popular here, but they are remaking this offense with their new offensive-minded coach. Luther Burden was a basketball superstar. He was the top offensive recruit as a football player in the country as a receiver in 2022, and Mel scored 26 touchdowns in his 3 seasons.
Weapons galore now for Caleb Williams. You add in the first round Colston Loveland, an outstanding pass-catching tight end. Now you get a Luther Burden III who back in, at various stages of the season. You thought, okay, production isn't what we thought it would be, but through the process, he moved back up. But maybe mid-first round, here he is in the early second round. Luther Burden III with the ball in his hands. But now he's strong. He is a game breaker. He can catch the deep ball. He's got outstanding hands. It's amazing he wasn't targeted more. He wasn't more of a factor in some of these games, but he did consistently come up big late in games. Missouri pulled out a ton of games late. Here's the catch here. In traffic, Luther Burden has strong hands. He is an outstanding talent. 5th highest rated player on ESPN.com coming out of the prep ranks. Now you have DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, and Luther Burden III. Now you have with Cole Kmet, a guy like Colston Loveland.
With the Lions, Chicago's poised to take off. They're poised to take off. Think Amon-Ra St. Brown, what Ben Johnson did with him in Detroit. That's Luther Burden, the guy who can run the jet sweeps. He's going to own the middle of the field, catch and run situations, tunnel screens, rocket screens. He is electric, lightning in a bottle. It's an embarrassment of riches, quite honestly, on paper for Chicago right now. There's no excuse anymore. There's a reason why I took the over in terms of 8.5 wins this year. They have got to put it together now. They got to put it together.
They're making the game easy.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams. This is a guy you can throw it to him on a little smoke greenie. Yards after the catch is what he specializes in. And don't pay attention to the 24th season and the numbers being down. Go back into 23. That's what Luther Burden can give you week in and week out.
By the way, what you just saw was the final pick of the Bryce Young trade. So the Bryce Young trade to Chicago, or from Chicago to Carolina.